Now, as a gamer, me saying Hotline Miami is a very, very, very violent game is saying a lot. Because the entire video game industry is built off of ultra-violence and so-called murder simulators. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hotline Miami became the textbook definition of a murder simulator because the thrill you get from it is very real. And when you consider the fact that Hotline Miami has you donning a mask much like a serial killer would, and considering how you kill many of your enemies in a brutal fashion, calling it a murder simulator wouldn't be far off. Now, before you start raging at me in the comments, no, I don't think this game was too violent or disturbing. It's not like there hasn't been games this violent in the past. So it makes me wonder why some people think certain other games like Hatred are going too far. And if you're wondering why some gamers are becoming more morally aware in virtual cyberspace, you can thank the SJW fucktards for that. Not to delay this review any further, let's see if Hotline Miami 2 lives up to the original Hotline Miami. Now, to any of you who still hasn't played the original Hotline Miami yet, I'll tell you this. Go buy it now. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's begin with the review. One of the biggest changes from the original Hotline Miami is the overall narrative. Unlike the first Hotline Miami, which has a story with no clear answers, this Hotline Miami is a lot more heavy in story and leaves with a lot more answers and questions. Some may not like how some things are just outright explained rather than leaving everything up to interpretation, but I don't mind. It's a story told through many angles, perspectives, and timelines, so I recommend paying as much attention to the date and time if you don't want to feel lost on your first playthrough. Many fans may feel mixed about the story and conclusion, but I think it's interesting and unique. You play a number of characters in this Hotline Miami, a group of misguided vigilantes inspired by Jacket's killing spree in the first game, a homicide detective, Manny Pardo, and many other characters. There are even some returning side characters from the first game you actually get to play as. But finally, let's talk about the best aspect of Hotline Miami, the gameplay. In terms of gameplay, not much has changed, which isn't a bad thing. Like most sequels, it has very minimal differences to the first Hotline Miami. To anyone who still hasn't played the first Hotline Miami and still watching this video, I mean, seriously, go buy it already. I mean, like, you can buy two of them together in a bundle and save money. Seriously. But if some of you still need convincing, I may as well explain what makes a Hotline Miami game. The game is top-down much like the original GTA games. The goal of the game is to kill every person you see on screen. Many of the enemies you kill can easily be killed in one hit with a melee weapon or firearm. The catch is, you yourself can be killed in one hit. This is why the game is top-down. It helps you plan your means of approaching a level. In the first Hotline Miami, you were constantly switching weapons. In the second game, that's still here. But however, certain levels put a twist on that. There are levels where you actually have ammo and can't switch your weapons at all. And there are some levels where you play as a character who doesn't kill. Because of this, you are limited to using blunt instruments to knock out enemies rather than killing them. So that would be my counter-argument to any criticisms who say the sequel is all the same, because it makes slight changes to the formula. For my second counter-argument, why wouldn't you want it to be more the same? I think it makes just enough changes like most good sequels, because I feel making big changes would alienate fans. This game is hard and requires fast reflexes. If you lack in those areas, it may lead to broken controllers or keyboards. So if you have a rage tendency...
Hotline Miami 2, wrong number, because the first one went so well for me. Now, if you saw the rage quit I did on the original Hotline Miami, you'll know that this game is bullshit. So I played a little bit before I started this video. I did the pilot and I did Act 1. So now we're right up to Act 2. Oh god, he's twitching. He's twitching. You're fucked. Oh, fuck! Yeah, give it to this guy. Yeah, you little dirt! You little dirt, you motherfucker! Holy shit. Oh, I got him! Fuck! Go, 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 go! Ah, fuck! It took one bullet to kill him. I just wanted to shoot him 3 times. Oh, fuck! How did I not see that guy? You fucker! How did he do that? You're fucking full of shit. Fuck! You wanna stop chatting? You got something happening behind you. Oh, fuck me, look at that. Oh shit, fucking window. Fuck, 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 fuck. Oh, no bullets. I want to fucking break everything! You fuck! That was it! That was the last guy! You're a son of a bitch!
Then maybe this game isn't for you. Unless you want to waste hundreds of dollars on gaming peripherals, that is. If there's one other aspect of Hotline Miami that's just as amazing as the gameplay, is the music you hear while playing a Hotline Miami game. Both of the Hotline Miami games have great soundtracks. Both soundtracks are a compilation of songs featuring various artists such as some old guy called Moon, Jasper Brain, if I'm pronouncing his name right, and some other guy named Scattle. And he's 19, and that's relevant. While Hotline Miami 2 is a step up in a lot of places, in some other places it's taken a few steps backwards. In the first Hotline Miami, you had a larger variety of mass and play styles. Whatever choice you get in the second Hotline Miami, however, is dependent on whichever character you're playing as. Levels were much smaller, now they are suddenly larger, which leads to suddenly getting killed by some enemy off screen, so corner baiting is a more viable tactic now. Also, speaking of the larger levels, am I the only one who thinks hard mode is kinda cheap and not fun? On hard mode, it's more corner baiting and waiting than anything else. Rather than trying to get the best combo, you're forced to be super cautious like a total puss and it becomes boring and annoying. All in all, Hotline Miami 2 is a good sequel, despite having minor hiccups. It may not be the greatest sequel ever made, but I do think it's worth picking up. And it's definitely better buying a piece of shit game at launch that's not even worth $60.